All right, moving on to our next environmental hazard. The next one is what's called the far realm environment. If you look at this picture right here, you can see some of the lithid ships right here flying about, and this is a really wild looking one right here. So taking a look at the far realm, let's see what we have. As souls travel away from the material plane after death, they either dwell in the astral plane as spirits or are pulled toward one of the outer planes to continue their journey. But some entities find ways to travel beyond the outer planes to dwell in the far realm. There they transform over eons into abominations or elder evils, something in a reality with its own laws. All who stay in the far realm are eventually twisted into alien shapes by the realm's eldritch forces. The far realm's pernicious influence is often subtle, leaking in the material plane through thin places in reality, or as invasive thoughts that inspire life to propagate along alien paths. Consider rolling the far realm effects table when the following circumstances occur in a region that's been touched by far realm. A warlock whose otherworldly patron is a great old one rolls a 1 or 20 on the d20 for an ability check, attack roll, or saving throw. The characters take a short or long rest in a region. A character spends more than an hour reading an eldritch tome written by those who have seen or otherwise interacted with the far realm. So here are some possible effects once all of this has been started. A structure in the region whispers faintly. Any creature within 60 feet of the structure that can hear it must succeed on a DC 12 Wisdom saving throw or be charmed. While charmed in this way, the creature must move toward the sound of the whispering, avoiding obvious hazards. When it reaches the source, it is incapacitated. The creature can repeat the saving throw when it takes damage, and at the end of every hour, ending the effect on itself in a success. There may be a large groups of individuals incapacitated near this structure, whatever it is. Next year, an elder evil turns its attention to the region, imposing the pressure of its unfathomable presence upon the place. Any creature that finishes a rest in the region must succeed on a DC 12 Charisma saving throw, or it gains no benefit from finishing the rest. Well, the casters won't be happy about that. It instead finds strange scrawls, stacked stones, or its belongings arranged in intricate, obtruse patterns nearby. So all the stuff that it owns has sort of been stacked around somehow oddly. Next, they have local plants and animals share a malevolent intelligence. Roll a d6. On a 1 or a 2, an insect plague spell is centered on one random creature in the region. On a 3 or 4, 1d4 swarms of ravens and 1d4 swarms of rats gather and attack any other creature in the region. On a 5 or 6, a treant in a forested terrain or a galabdur in rockier terrain attacks. Next, distance no longer functions in a comprehensible manner within the region. Creatures make ranged attack rolls with disadvantage, and the range of those attacks is halved. The landscape melts into a mass of writhing flesh, eyes, and fanged mouths. That would be bizarre. From an unoccupied space in the fleshy ground arise 1d4 plus 5 gibbering mouthers that attack anyone in sight. So 6 to 9 of those things at one time. That'd be harsh. Unintelligible murmurings threaten to overcome the mind of one random creature within the region. At the start of the creature's turn, it must succeed on a DC 13 intelligence saving throw or use its action to make one melee attack against the nearest creature it can see. If there are no other creatures within reach, the target spends its action babbling. Bizarre appendages squirm beneath the ground and around trees or other structures within this region. Dozens of limbs burst forth, entangling anyone within a 30-foot sphere surrounding one random creature. Each creature in the sphere must succeed on a DC 14 dexterity saving throw or take 3d6 bludgeoning damage and be restrained. Any creature that ends its turn in the area takes 3d6 bludgeoning damage. A creature can free itself or someone else within reach from being restrained in this way by using an action to make a successful DC 14 strength or dex check, its choice, whichever it wants. Creatures in the region can't leave it and find themselves covering the same ground over and over. It's almost like they're walking in circles. By the time they realize this, 2d10 hours have passed, during which they have made no progress in their effort to leave. The effect then ends, and each creature must succeed on a DC 10 con saving throw or gain 1 level of exhaustion. So that's going to keep them lost and confused for some time. And again, look at that artwork they throw in right. These people got great imagination. Next here, 1 random creature in the region hears strange whispers and must succeed on a DC 14 wisdom saving throw or become charmed. While charmed in this way, the creature focuses on copying the blasphemous designs that appear in its mind using whatever medium it has available, ink, charcoal, mud, or even its own blood if nothing else. Unless restrained, the creature completes the design in 1 hour of work. When the creature finishes its work, it is no longer charmed, and a death slot appears within 30 feet of it and attacks anyone on sight. Natural features and structures in this region writhe to spell out words and form strange symbols. Any creature that tries to read the messages must make a DC 20 Intelligence Arcana check. On a success, the creature gains insight as if it had cast the Contact Other Plane spell. On a failure, the creature is affected as if it failed a saving throw against the Confusion spell. This effect ends at the end of the creature's next turn. In this region, circular things such as buttons, crystal balls, the sun, and so on seem appallingly wrong. 1 random creature that starts its turn in this region must succeed on a DC 14 intelligence saving throw or spend their turn loudly trying to destroy these objects. So you'd think they'd gone crazy there. Glaring eyes which weep viscid tears appear on an inanimate object throughout the region. These eyes watch the characters, and creatures within the region can't be surprised by the characters for as long as the eyes exist. An eye closes and disappears if it takes any damage. Reroll if you've already rolled this effect. And then lastly, a tear in reality creates a rift in the region, similar to the spell Gate, that passes through the far realm and connects with a random plane. Any creature that enters the rift will take 10d10 psychic damage from the horrors of the far realm and appears in an empty space closest to the rift's opening on another random plane. The rift vanishes in 2d10 plus 2 hours. So this is a really bizarre one right here. Really strange things happen. Eyes start to appear and watch you. Objects start to change around you and you seem obsessed with them. Very dangerous creatures, death slot, gibbering mouthers, whatever. And if you look at some of this damage like 10d10, you better have a high level party if you're going to throw this one on them right here. So this one right here is definitely more damaging than what we saw with the previous one. But again, another interesting way to alter the environment if you wish. Until next time, good luck and good gaming.